everybody. We're back 2 days in a row, Connor. 2 days in a row.
It's crazy right now in the world of Arsenal at the moment.
All the news, yeah. So we were on for 2 hours yesterday.
Yeah.
Just call-in show, just having a blast, celebrating Independence Day.
Yeah.
And then we get offline, and of course, 45 minutes later, it is made official. The Here We Go comes out. Declan Rice is coming to the Emirates for a fee of $105 million. We're going to get into both of the big signings, but I wanted to get your comments on just Declan Rice and what he does for the team, and what are your overall thoughts about this, man? Like, because I have a lot. So I'll let you go first.
Yeah, well, first of all, big up to everyone in the chat. Thanks for tuning in on this Wednesday evening here in the UK. Please make sure you sub to TJ's channel, absolute legend. And Declan Rice, man, I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. In my opinion, now we're finally moving like a big club, because there was a lot of speculation of people saying with the City bid, did they actually want Rice, or was it the whole thing of to try and boost the whole thing of getting Declan Rice quickly to Arsenal? I do think City were interested, and the fact that we managed to outbid them and still gave, and even though City are at the moment the bigger team than Arsenal, it's fact, we still managed to bring Declan Rice to Arsenal. And I think that's an achievement in itself. When you've got the you've got the treble winners asking for a player, and the player still wants to come to Arsenal, I think that's a victory in itself, in my opinion. And I think we're now finally looking like a big club. We've just spent 200 million in the first month. I can't remember the last time I don't think we've ever done that. This is the first time I believe we've spent that amount of money in such short notice. And yeah, you could say, okay, it's a lot of money, maybe not spent. The sums aren't correct. Declan Rice probably isn't worth 105. Havertz isn't probably worth 60. But you look at it in hindsight, the 3 players we've signed, 2 of them I think are solid. Havertz I'm going to be a bit iffy about, because I want to see how he does at Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
But very solid signings. It's not crap. It's not crap free agents like when we signed Willian the season before last and all this type of stuff. It's good, solid signings, and now we've got this. And Mikel's got what he wanted. He wanted his signings before pre-season. I think these are going to be the first signings we're going to do whilst pre-season is on. Maybe we might have some more after pre-season, but it's going in the right direction of what he wanted. And now it's just about the outgoings. But I'm absolutely buzzing with Declan Rice. I think he'll offer so much to this team. I definitely think he's a big upgrade on Granit Xhaka. As much as people want him to stay, I personally don't. I think it's now time to move on, elevate the midfield as we're doing. And I think he's going to slot right into where Granit Xhaka was playing last season. And I don't think people have seen the start of Declan Rice yet. I think we're now playing, I've said this yesterday on your stream, TJ, we're now playing a more attractive, attacking type of football under Arteta, to be fair, especially when you saw it last season. Yeah, there were moments where we were a bit up and down, but majority of the time, we were playing a lot of attacking football. And in my opinion, with no disrespect to West Ham, I don't think Declan Rice was really getting to play that at West Ham. They're a very defensive team. I know they did win the Conference League, which is a massive victory for them. I mean, I won a European trophy more than anything. But you could see in the league, they weren't fantastic. And you could tell by their league position. And in England, Southgate ball, it ain't fantastic. And it doesn't really, it's not pleasurable for the eyes to watch. But I do think at Arsenal, he will show his full potential. And he's worth the money, 100%. And I'm buzzing. We are finally, in my opinion, moving like a big club. And this doesn't feel like the Pepe deal. This feels like something more. This makes me feel really confident. We look at last season. I personally want to go again and be in a title charge again, because we've shown it last season. And by making moves like Declan Rice, it shows that this club is now willing to do that again. They have the ambition to want to go ahead and do that again. And that's all I want from Arsenal. I just want a bit of ambition to know, right, we didn't do it last year. We fluffed it massively. Let's go do it again. And a signing like Declan Rice shows it massively. So TJ, I'm buzzing. And he's going to offer so much to this team, I think, going forward and defensive. Honestly, I can't wait to see him on the pitch, because I think he'll probably be playing the first pre-season game for us. and you'll get to watch him for the All-Star.
I'll get to see him. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really curious as to what the starting 11 is going to look like. So maybe we can put a pin in that until the end of the discussion. But I agree with you 100%. I think Declan Rice is the answer to a big hole that we had in terms of depth and in terms of talent. I want to see Sambi Lokonga go now. We've filled these positions. We know that Rice can play an attacking role and he can play a defensive role if need be. So let the deadwood in the midfield go. We don't need the likes of Mo Elneny. We don't need the likes of Sambi Lokonga. Thank you for your service. Goodbye. It's time to get some of the deadwood out of this club now that we have the likes of Declan Rice here. That being said, there's still rumors that Thomas Partey is set to leave. If he does leave, I still want to see one more signing to bolster that center D mid position, the CDM position, because honestly, one injury and then we're back to where we started before, which if it can happen to Arsenal, it will. We got really, really lucky with our injuries. If you really think about it last season, that was allowing us to finish where we did. So if we are going to go in, we need to still be thinking about depth. We still need to, think about, say, hey, okay, if Rice picks up a knock, who's next up? I really don't want it to be Jorginho or Sambi Lokonga. Like, sorry, that's just not the levels we're at anymore, guys. And unfortunately, with the amount of, PR Arsenal are coming out with, I know I'm a little all over the place, but they're putting Cedric Suarez out on the Instagram. Yeah. They're putting Sambi Lokonga out on the Instagram, which tells me that they have no sights or no intention of releasing them or putting them out on loan, which is not exactly what I want to see out of the club, but that's neither here nor there at this point. With Partey potentially leaving though, again, we need to sign at least, I would say, one more central midfielder that's a name, whether it's Lavia, whether it's anybody else, Tchouaméni, which we've been linked to. I haven't seen anything truly serious about that, but I mean, if we're really going to go for it, we need one more. So yeah, it's kind of my thought on Rice. I know I'm a little subdued right now because I've been up and working for about 8 hours already. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this starting 11 can do. But before we really get into that, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat real quick. Amir, big up. Scott M, big up. I know this isn't your team, but you're still supporting me. So big up to you, man.
Oh, yeah, no, Scott, by the way, no, you got it right the first time. Don't worry. You didn't misunderstand me. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah. No, I do agree. I do think it's very clear we've overpaid for Rice and Havertz, but I'm not letting the money take away what we've got for the player. I'm looking at the player. And we've overpaid. It is what it is, but we've got the players in, and that's all I'm happy about because they're actually decent players. Well, I'd say Havertz is good / decent. In my opinion, Declan Rice is beyond fantastic. And obviously we'll talk about Timber in a minute as well.
Yeah, and Gary's asking why you worried TJ Cedric was put on loan last season. We're better now. Keeping him doesn't mean he'll play. Just means we're likely to write him off. You know what? As long as he doesn't play outside of like a Carabao Cup round 5 game, like I'm really not interested in seeing Cedric Suarez play. I think he has shown that he is not the levels to play week in and week out for the league, even for the bench. Yeah. So that's kind of why I'm like, if we're going to keep these guys around, let's make sure that we're actually putting them to use. Like Rob Holding, why have we not gotten rid of this guy yet? We know he's not the levels. What's his face? Oh God, QER. There were rumors that he didn't even want to be here. So why is he still here? There's still some questions that still need to be answered, but I'm glad that we're answering at least some questions in the first couple of weeks, before the transfer window shuts at the end of August. So, Connor, I wanted to get your thoughts on Jurrien Timber. I don't watch a lot of Dutch football. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you play for Ajax, obviously you're not dead. So I like the signing. I don't know a lot about him outside of what I've played on FIFA, which is hilarious. but at the same time, this is a class guy. We got him for 40 million total, not, I think it was like 36 or something plus 4 million in add-ons or something like that. So it's a good signing, good level-headed signing in my opinion. What do you think?
For TJ, first of all, I don't think your connection is falling in and out a bit. I don't know if you see that. Just to let you know, just in case. Okay. Timber. Like me, I haven't watched a lot of Dutch football. I'm not going to say I have. I'm not going to say, I've watched him here, there, and everywhere. The only time I have actually seen him is in the Champions League because I do like watching the Champions League games. And from the basis I've got, last season when Ten Hag arrived at Man United, he was one of his top priorities to get in. Fortunately, didn't bring him in. And but you could see former Ajax manager wanted that player out of all the players he could have chosen. He brought in Anthony, and now he's about to bring Onana in, who was at Ajax, and then he also wanted to bring in Timber. So showing that he wanted to bring him in from his Ajax side into Man United, into the Premier League, makes me feel confident that he's good enough. If he wants him at Man United, which are a good team, if people can banter Man United as much as people want to banter Arsenal, in my opinion, Man United are a good team. And if he was calling to Man United, who are the biggest team in English football, I'm confident and I'll happily pay the money. And 40 million isn't too bad, in my opinion, for a good talent like that. And I've heard, I don't know where his strongest position is exactly. I think we're going to see that throughout the season. It is centre back, but it's also apparently right back. Apparently, maybe CDM could be an option, but then again, Kivior could apparently play CDM, but I don't think that's his strongest position. But no, I'm very happy with it. It's a talent that Man United were looking at, and we stole him off them. And I think probably Ten Hag's a bit fuming about that. But hey, it is what it is. We've now got him in, and I'm 100% happy with that. And these 3 signings, I'm very content with, very happy with. And we're not beating around the bush anymore. We're getting them done. And it made me even happier that we literally got the Declan Rice, here we go. And about an hour later, we got the Timber, here we go. So we're moving, man. We're moving. And hopefully we'll be able to probably see the announcements for them end of this week, maybe start of next week. We all know that Declan Rice is going to be this massive, massive announcement. And this will probably be the big. Well, it's fair enough. It's our highest record fee transfer. It's the biggest English bought player, whatever you want to call it. Biggest sum of money for an English player. But trying to get the words out there. But so I'm looking forward to it, and I really can't wait to see these guys fit into the team. And I think it's safe to say we've got a decent question on our hands to think who is going to start in this team. And TJ, I love that. That's all I've been wanting from Arsenal, is a good bit of squad depth. Because you look at Man City, and you could probably make 3 teams out of that squad, 3 starting 11s. And this is now what we're starting to do. I think we're now at the beginning of trying to now make a team that we can make multiple teams out of. Not just, okay, we've got a Carabao Cup team of all the crap players that we just throw out against League 1 and League 2 and Championship opposition. We're actually making a side that could rotate in the Champions League if we wanted to in the group stage, that are still players that are good enough to play there. Do you know what I mean? Yep. So I'm happy with the way the side's going. And as much as I do like to banter Edu and, hit and miss for him taking a while and taking the mick with deals a bit, got to give my hand to him. He's done a very good job so far. He has. The fact he's got all these deals done in the space of a month and 5 days, I've got to give it to him. And I just now hope, all I now want him to do is, you've done it with the incomings, maybe a couple more down the road, we'll see. I now want you to do it with the outgoings. No loans. We've got to sell these players. Maybe loans for sub. I might loan out maybe Marquinhos just to see if he can do something maybe somewhere else, because he wasn't that great at Norwich. But then again, Norwich weren't fantastic last season. No,
would you sell Vieira, or would you want to? I know it's a banter thing, but he has to get on some bulking regime, because I'm sorry, you can't be that skinny and play in the Premier League, because you're going to get bullied. You're gonna, and I know people love to banter it, and it's facts in my opinion. But no, I would loan him out 100% because we've now got 4 cans in the team, so either one of them's got to go, and it's going to be, in my opinion, it should be Vieira. So I'd loan out a few, but a lot of them we've got to sell. TJ, I'm not doing no loans till the end of the season. We've got to make money back, and if we've got to sell the likes of Balogun for 50 mil, then we've got to do it. And I don't want to see any less than 50 mil, though. I don't want to see this. Oh man, he doesn't want to be here anymore, so we're going to sell him for 30 million. Like I don't want that at all.
Yeah,
I can see
100%.
that happening too.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of things of people saying, "How is he worth that?" He was fantastic last season in Ligue 1.
Why is that?
It's the French league, and I'm thinking, well, hold on a minute. Two of the best players in the world right now, he was keeping up with Messi and Mbappe. Factor. It literally, you've got, in my opinion, the GOAT in Lionel Messi, and he was keeping up with him and Mbappe in Ligue 1.
And it's not like and then here's another thing too. It's not like he had like Reims is not a team that you think of as a powerhouse in the French league. Okay, so it's not like necessarily
11th.
What
They finished 11th, and you got
how many goals? So why
goals.
Exactly? So why is that not being taken into account too?
Yeah,
and all these people that are like, oh, Balogun, like we can let him go. Like how much French league do they watch? I know I don't, but I keep up with Americans, and I know that this kid cooks.
yeah.
And I watch the international games. He cooks.
Well,
and I keep saying this.
When he was playing in the under 21s or the under 23s for Arsenal, he was bagging in goals left, right, and centre all the time.
Yeah.
So
the people that aren't sure about Flo Balogun, go watch the Nations League semis and the Nations League final, and go watch how he played with the United States. That is the amount of talent that we have in that kid. There's a ton of potential there. If he goes for any less than 50 million, Edu's any credibility that Edu might have earned with me will go right back down.
Yeah.
Because did to answer this question, Amir, did Edu get credibility with me? Yes, he did.
Yeah. But this is the thing. We
now
spend
do the rest of the job.
This is the thing. We spend the money. Every season we spend the money. It's fact. 150 to 200. You can check the last 4 seasons when Edu's been here. We spent the money. It's the outgoings that are the problem. Now, you've done well on these deals, Edu, in my opinion, bringing in the type of players. Maybe the sums are a bit different, but I'm not controlling that. But now the outgoings have got to be done here. They have 100%. To be. They have to be. And in my opinion, when I look at what we've done in the window in terms of outgoing since Edu's been here, that's been his weak spot. And he can't seem... and the Arsenal transfer as well, not just Edu. There's a lot of people behind him as well. For some reason, they can't seem to shift players for a price. It's either a free, like terminated contract, or just loan him out for the season because we can't get him anywhere else. So we've now got to, whether it's even 2.5 million, just bring in some cash. It's as simple as that. No more loans, none of that. Because we don't, it's very clear, like players like Ronison and Cedric, we don't need them back at the club. So why are they here? Why do we need to loan them out? We know they're not going to play for us next season. So why are they here? So that's all I now ask of Edu, please. Because yes, I agree. He's earned credibility for me for these signings 100%. He's got them done, and I've got to give him a round of applause for it. You have to. You just got to get the outgoings done now. It's as simple as that, in my opinion.
No, I agree 100%. So we're saying Cedric, we're saying Holding, we're saying Sambi Lakanga. There's a lot of other dead reserves out there too, like Karl Hein. Like I don't necessarily need to see the Estonian third stringer. Like if we're gonna get somebody in there, get somebody that's serious. Like what we saw against Brighton in the Carabao Cup last season. I'm not with it. But that is what it is. I think we're completely on the same page there. By the way, we got 14 likes. Let's get up to 20 likes before the end of the show. 20 likes before the end of the show. I am on my lunch break here in the US of A, spending it with Connor and all you legends in the chat. So make sure that you guys are smashing likes and commenting on the video afterwards as well. You don't agree with what I'm saying? Say, hey, TJ, what the hell? What are you talking about? You're talking absolute rubbish. This is what I want to see. So yeah, no, we take all opinions here, and we love it. We're gonna keep going for probably about 40 more minutes, and then I gotta get back to work. So let's talk. Let's talk about starting 11 for next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because there's a lot of different questions, different takes. Like, does Kai Havertz walk into the team? Or does Rice go up there, and do we have Partey? Is Partey even going to stay? Should we be giving Balogun a shot? Should we be hanging on to Jorginho? So I'm just going to ask you flat out where the team is right now. Who are your starting 11 and why?
It's difficult. Well, I've seen a lot of starting 11s on Instagram, and I think a lot of people are getting away from themselves. As soon as a new player comes in, they've instantly got to be in the starting 11. No.
Right.
No. If I look at it really realistically, if I look at the team here, so obviously Ramsdale's in goal, no question about that. I am going to stick with Ben White at right back because I think he was the more quieter but absolutely solid players for us last season. I think he had a fantastic season at right back, and I don't think Timber comes straight in at right back for him. In my opinion, he could. Don't get me wrong, he could, but as it stands right now, Ben White deserves that. He's earned that right back slot, and he deserves to be there. I would then go. It's going to be a 4-3-3 because that's what we play at. It might change, but that's what we've been playing last season.
Yeah, 4-3-3.
Gabriel and Saliba, obviously, no question. Tierney's got to be in the team. If we don't get a left back in, Tierney's got to be in the team. He has to be, and that's personally how I would do it. I would go for Tierney, and then, oh my god, this is tough.
I have a question while you think about it. While you think about it, do you think that the inverted midfielder role will go away now that we have such a strong midfield? Is that a dumb question? I don't even know if that's a dumb question, but is the inverted midfielder play like the end all and be all for Mikel? Because honestly, our midfield is going to be way, way better and hopefully way deeper than it was last season.
Yeah, 100%. I think because the way you look at it, if I'm correct, I think Zinchenko was the only fullback going inverted. Because I didn't remember Ben White because
Ben White overlapped. Ben White overlapped.
Yeah, he overlaps. Yeah. So if I'm thinking of that, I'm scrapping it straight away. By the way, because Zinchenko can't invert. It's fact. So why invert a left back that can't invert? So I put Tierney in there and play him as an overlapping left back because that's what he does. It works on Ben White's side at the right back. It will work on Tierney's left back side. But by all means, I do think we're going to make a lot of changes to our formation. I don't think we might be rocking the 4-3-3 next season. I think Arteta will surprise us with a couple of changes in the starting 11 in pre-season. But just as it stands right now, I'm going to stick to the 4-3-3. So I'm going to go with Ben White, the same back line, apart from Zinchenko, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Tierney. Now, the midfield. Oh, boy. Right. Now, I'm going to put in my head that Partey's leaving. Right? And this might be a bit controversial. So I'm going to put in my head that Partey's leaving. Rice obviously goes in. No question about it.
Right.
Absolutely no question. I'm putting Zinchenko in midfield. Hate me all you want.
I knew you were going to say that.
Zinchenko was a midfielder. He wanted to play midfield at Man City. That's why he wanted to come in. Mikel promised him with a midfielder role. That's why he's done the inverted stuff. That's why because he couldn't play him in the midfield because Xhaka wanted to be playing all the time, which is fair enough. He was one of our main midfielders. And we weren't going to drop Partey, so he couldn't. That's how I think about it. He couldn't really get a starting slot in the exact central midfield role. That's why he played him at left back as an invert. So he got into the midfield and he got forward, and he was fantastic at that. It was the defending that was the problem. Now, I'm torn between putting Declan Rice in Xhaka's position or Zinchenko in Xhaka's position. Now, because I haven't seen Declan Rice attack enough at West Ham, because he was very defensive at West Ham. He was a proper CDM at West Ham. And for England, I don't think he goes forward at all because Southgate doesn't do that. So the way I look at it, as it stands, I'm going to put Declan Rice at CDM.
Yes.
Or whatever. And Zinchenko on the left, Odegaard on the right as the attacking midfielder. And I think that's a fantastic midfield in itself, personally.
Yeah.
Because Zinchenko, I think, is fantastic going forward, and he deserves a slot in that midfielder role. And I really do. It gets on my nerves, people that say they want.
That's not something, and that's not. Here's the thing, Connor, is that's not something that I've seen. That's not an opinion that I've seen, and I think that that's backed up really. You back it up really well.
Yeah.
So continue. Sorry.
100%. And then the attack. It's interesting because obviously Saka and Jesus as well. Although I would like a striker maybe to go over Jesus, but as it stands, he is our main striker. And Trossard or Martinelli, man, two fantastic players. Trossard's got the experience. He's very good on the ball. But Martinelli is also fantastic. He led our attack many a times last season, but did have a little spiral. But then again, he is young. Oh, that's difficult. I would like to see Trossard get more games, but I don't think Martinelli's going anywhere. And I'm happy with that. So I'm going to stick with Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli, but I would love to see a lot of rotation between Trossard and Martinelli because Trossard deserves to be on that pitch, 100%. I feel excited talking about this. I've never actually felt excited doing a starting 11 because normally when we do starting 11s, it's really boring because we've got really deadwood players, but we're now bringing in players to now really really lift up the team. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. But if Partey, I'm trying to think. If Partey stays, I do think if I'm going to be realistically, we're going to probably still have Zinchenko at left back, Partey is the DM, and Rice in Xhaka's position. I do think, unfortunately, that'll be the way to go. But if Partey does leave, I would love Rice in that DM role and Zinchenko in that midfielder role, 100%.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Hit us with yours. What do you
I'm just I mean, you bring up some really, really valid points. But while we wait for mine, let me think about it. I've started a couple of comments here because people are going off. Cool. People are going off in the comments, and beautiful people in the comments. Again, make sure you're smashing likes, subbing if you're new. You guys are absolutely killing it. We got 16 likes. Let's get it up to 20 before the end of the show. Like I said, Amir says, big up TJ in the panel. Can Arsenal win the league now? Quick yes or no. Quick yes or no. Don't think about it.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, that's mine too. That's mine too. Question: do you guys think Partey is leaving? Quick yes or no.
Yes.
TikTok. Yes, I think he's leaving.
Yeah, I do think he's going to leave.
TJ, did you get Black Ops? Not yet.
I don't want Partey to leave, but I do think he's going to leave. Even though we need him, but I do think he's going to leave.
Yeah. So Jaminho is the happiest camper out there right now. The happiest Arsenal fan. Jaminho asks, what would you rate the dickhead Rice transfer?
10
out of 10. 10 out of 10.
11.
I'd give it 11. I'd give it 11 out of 10.
Just let it go, man. Let it go.
We did it. We're actually showing intent. Jaminho, we did it. We did it.
Let it go.
And if we sell, if he wants to leave, I hope we sell him for 150.
We'll sell him for mate. TJ, this guy's valuation is only going to go up. Trust me. He's going to be fantastic. Watch him play for Arsenal next season. I swear to God, clip it. He will be one of the best midfielders in the league next season. I guarantee it. Clip it.
Clipping it. 100%. Clip it right now, Jaminho. You better clip it. Better clip it right now so you can throw it in the space.
Just don't get injured.
Drew Gunner, are you doing preseason watch-alongs? Nope. No, I am not.
We're the only team to make fans pay for preseason. Never again. I'll tell you,
there's zero chance that I support that. If it was free, I would do it. But if not, no, I'm not going to.
I'll tell you a quick story, TJ. The year that we went into lockdown and we played, because obviously we couldn't go abroad for preseason, we played up in Scotland. I paid, I think, £35 for all the games. We lost every single one. It was a Hibernian. I think it was Rangers. I think we played another one. I can't remember, but we lost all of them. I thought, I am never paying that money again because we were shambolic in that preseason.
Right.
But yeah.
And the preseason really doesn't mean much.
Yeah, love it. My mom got it for me in Barcelona. So big
up. Yeah, pro that Prime drink. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have Prime on it. It's got Spotify still on it. So.
Prime FC, everybody. Barcelona and Arsenal, the only two. Not a 10 at all. Gosh, you guys, you know what? I call me toxically positive. It's fine, but I just think we got a potential world-class player, future captain on here. I really do.
And he's a leader. We've got a leader in the team.
How often do we cry out for a leader on this stream?
Practically every other like literally
every other one.
As much as I like Odegaard, you're not a captain, bro. If I was Odegaard and I see Declan Rice walking, I'd be like, there you go, have it. You can have that.
Yeah, 100%. I'll take an 8. I'll take an 8 clock.
I'm buzzing. 10.
I'm with you, man. I'm buzzing too. And this is what we were crying out for, guys. This is what we were complaining about back in January. And now they've addressed that. They've actually come out and done it. Like, as much as I Edu out forever, I am. But I got to give him a little bit of credit. Like when Arteta was winning all those games last season, could you slag him off? No. Even Lee stopped saying Arteta out. So you can't, you're allowed to change your opinions based off of the current situation. Am I 100% confident we're going to win the league? No, of course not. You got to see how the season shakes out. But I do think we're definitely getting into the Champions League again next season. No excuses.
100%.
Better win a trophy. No excuses. Oh, that's another question I want to ask you, but I'll get into my.
Firmino, he led West Ham to their first trophy in 43 years. How does he not lead by example, bro?
I agree that Tierney is a proper.
I'm gonna give up. I give up now. I give up.
Yeah, I know you can't give it up. What was this comment? So was Gary Glitter.
Oh my
Somebody said something raunch. I don't know who that was.
Was it a 10 when we said a 10? Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, 10 maybe not. Yeah,
Dude,
I don't know.
that's
I'm
not-
not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna go back. Like I always suspected TJ was a happy clapper. Yeah, I'm a happy
Oh
clapper.
yeah, Jamino. Sorry, TJ. I forgot. Fifth qualifies you for Champions League this season.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
Can you believe that?
It's
mate.
the amount the
It should be
field
top
has
three.
expanded
It
is
should be
insane.
top 3, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, we'll be top 3 easily. It's just it really all depends on how Man City does. It really does. Are they going to come back as on fire as they were last season? Are they going to drop off? Is there going to be a little bit of a treble hangover? You never know.
Yeah.
Are they going to win the treble again next season? I don't think so, but I think they're going to win the league.
Well, they've got this massive thing on the back of them, don't they? All these transfer things that have gone wrong that could give them points deduction or something like that. So they've got that on the back of their shoulders. But yeah, there's also Liverpool strengthening them up again. You know, McAllister's just come in. They've brought in what's his name, Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's an interesting one because I'm thinking because we were in for him. It might be last season. It was the season when we were looking for an attacking mid, but we got in Odegaard.
Yeah.
But Dow, you
Big up Dow every single time.
Crack me up, man. Szoboszlai's an interesting one, but teams are upgrading, man. And I think Chelsea is selling a lot. I guarantee you, Chelsea are going to dominate next. I think they're going to dominate August because they're selling a lot, and I reckon they'll buy a lot. Just can they actually now make a team out of it with Pochettino? Because I think Pochettino could do things with that team. So there's a lot of teams to worry about next season, but we are now in the position that we're making other teams worry, in my opinion. We're now making moves.
Finally.
We're now making ourselves look serious, and teams think, oh my God, right, they're now making moves. We've now got to step up. So, and Declan Rice shows that. City wanted him, and we got him. So, and they are the better team at the moment. So, just shows.
Yep. No, I agree with you 100%. Was Juminho, it's going to be okay. All right. So my starting 11. Ramsdale, obviously.
Not Matt Turner, TJ.
Matt Turner will be on the bench. He'll be ready to go, like he always is. My American. Left back Kieran Tierney. Same back line you said. Tierney, Saliba, Gabriel, White.
Yeah.
Rice, CDM.
Would you put an ESR?
Because Partey's going to be gone.
Would you put ESR on the team?
Not in the starting 11 yet. No. He just hasn't gotten a lot of time, and that's the thing. So if we still, here's the thing, Connor. If we still have Partey, you still slot Partey in as the back center D mid, and then you plug Rice in up right next to Odegaard.
Yeah,
100%. Right next to Odegaard, and then Odegaard in there. So Rice, Partey, Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka.
Yeah,
but we got to talk about Jesus. We got to talk about the center forward position on the team.
That's the one.
I mean, that's a good one. That's probably exactly.
Oh wait! I just realised I didn't put in Rice. Get out, Jamino. No, that's gone.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh, Drew, don't say that on TJ's stream, man. Don't say that.
No, don't, Drew. Don't get me started on this. We can have another. Go back and watch the beginning of yesterday's stream when I went off on this. People insulting Americans on Independence Day. Come on. Anyway, no, it's one of those things where we need an out-and-out striker. We need somebody who can finish, and Jesus just did not prove that he may not be that guy. Like his link-up play in the center forward position in a false 9 is fantastic.
Yes.
But if we're looking at it objectively, Trossard and Martinelli rotating in and out of those positions were just as effective, if not more effective, than Jesus was. Yeah. Do I want to see Jesus dropped? No, I don't. But we need to get a rotation in there. We need to find something that works. And until we get a center forward in there that we know can score goals, or an out-and-out striker that we know can score goals, I'm still going to be sweating that position a little bit because we know Nketiah isn't it, and Balogun wants to leave. So we're not even going to be able to really see Balogun unless it's like in a preseason. I think he's probably going to be gone by the end of August, if we're completely honest. So I'd like to hear what the chat has to say on this too. But we need an out and out striker. I really don't know who it can be unless we sit and wait until winter to go and buy Ivan Toney. Other than that, everybody's either overpriced or doesn't really fit our profile, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, like I said this yesterday, it's so difficult to talk about strikers because there are strikers out there, but they're either too expensive or they're happy where they are. Another name that did come to my head was Tammy Abraham. I wouldn't mind Tammy Abraham at Arsenal. I think he's tall. He's a bit.
I hope he does. I mean, he had a shot at Chelsea, right? And it was dead though.
Yeah, but then again, he's gone to that Roma team, won the Conference and Europa League. I think he's a pretty decent player in my opinion. And if we want a striker, I think he could do all right. Although, yes, he wasn't that fantastic for Chelsea. And but we were linked with him before. But this is what I mean. But if I had my way, I would go, if he was available, Clock Orange, I would go for Ivan Toney, 100%. He would be my top priority in my opinion. Because he's trustworthy. In terms of being in the Premier League, not in case of making videos of himself, telling his my mate's a diehard Brentford fan. He's been a Brentford fan since he was small, and I've known him since I was 4. And I was talking the other day, and we said, I was telling him, I'd love Toney at Arsenal. He's like, mate, he would flip around the coin and go to you straight away. And I'm like, why? Do you not think he's that loyal to Brentford? He's like, nah. As soon as he sees the cash, he's gone. And so no, 100%. And he's a proven goal scorer, and he would just be so perfect at Arsenal, so perfect. But hey, yeah, that's who I'd have gone for. But listen, we may be looking to a striker that we can't think of off the top of our heads, and maybe Edu cooks some more, and finds a decent striker. But we'll wait and see. But a striker, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another midfielder. In all honesty, especially if Partey goes. But striker's got to be a priority.
I don't think we're gonna get one, to be honest. Nah, I really don't.
It'll be a shame because I think we're going to need the goals at some point. But we'll wait and see because obviously we've brought in Havertz. Maybe Mikel's going to want to play him as a false 9, and then end up having him, Jesus, and either Balogun or God save my soul, and Nketiah as the back. So we'll wait.
You notice that I did not name Havertz in my starting 11. He doesn't even get it.
Well, he's
coming. We spent. I honestly, Connor, I think we spent 16 million for an Odegaard backup. And I think that's exactly where he's going to end up being.
I want to see him.
I want him to prove me wrong.
I want him in the midfield. I don't want him up front. I want to see what he can do in the midfield now because that's where he played for Leverkusen. As soon as he came to Chelsea, I think he maybe played one season in midfield. But then as soon as I think who was before Tuchel at Chelsea? Tuchel brought in Havertz, didn't he? I think he did, if I'm correct.
I don't think so. I thought it was Lampard. Somebody correct us in the chat.
It was a season when they brought Werner in. Someone tell me in the chat.
Yeah, somebody tell us in the chat.
I think that season he played in midfield, but then when the whole manager started switching up, he went up into a centre forward role, striker, and that is not his position. He is not a centre forward striker. He is a attacking midfielder. He is a midfielder. Fact. And Lampard got him, Chisel Orange. And that's where we need to play him. And if he wants to fight for Odegaard's position, go for it, mate. I want to see the full potential out of him. He's still young. He can still do what he needs to do. But no, in my opinion, he doesn't start yet. Because you could say he hasn't earned it. People say he got the winning goal in the Champions League. Okay, fair enough. Odegaard hasn't won a Champions League. Yeah, fair enough. But, well, one, don't take the captain out of your team, do you? And Arteta's not going to take Odegaard out, is he? So, but hey, TJ, again, another situation where if Havertz is showing good signs in pre-season, we've got another situation in our hands. Do we now play him? But please, Mikel, don't play him as a centre forward.
I don't want Kai Havertz starting based on how he plays against Barcelona at SoFi Stadium.
100%.
Who cares? These games are for all the American fans that never get to see, which is great because I'm one of them. But I'm not expecting to see, the starting 11 that we're going to bring in next season against freaking MLS All-Stars.
Yeah. I just want to see, when I look at preseason, I like to see what the change, because the whole point of preseason is, yes, to get the team warmed up for the season ahead. Yeah. That's the main point of it, preseason. But also what Mikel's done to change the team. And the fact that we've now brought in signings as early as just before preseason, I'm now interested to see what he's going to do with the team. Because let's be real, these 3 signings are probably going to be our main signings of the window. if I'm gonna keep it real here, I do think, as much as I want a striker, I do think these 3 signings are going to be our main signings for the window. And now we've got them, I'm now curious to see what Arteta does in pre-season with them. Whether it's change of formation, change of tactics.
Yeah.
I'm going to be interested, but I'll be watching it on a dodgy website. No, I'm joking. I can't say that. Arsenal, lower your prices. I'm not paying ridiculous fees for your pre-season.
I would have to pay. It would be like $20.
I'll probably pay for the All-Stars match because you're there, and I thought, you know what, why not? Just keep up to date with it. But I'm not interested in like.
Well, it's not like I'm going to be doing like a freaking. I mean, I guess I'll do a match reaction, like a quick one, but I'm not going to be. I'm going to probably just do it like outside of the stadium.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, it's going to be so quick that it's like not even going to be bothered. Like, I'm not going to bother breaking down preseason games. Like, we'll maybe watch or I'll listen to a couple. I won't even watch them. I'm going to listen to a couple.
I'd talk about the lineups and what's
talk about the lineups, do all that stuff.
See if he's practicing, because obviously you saw in the Forest game and in the Wolves game, he was going with a 3 at the back or whatever that one's.
You got to keep eyes on that.
Yeah, so I'm interested and I'm looking forward to preseason. I'm not going to lie, because we now brought in these signings and I want to see how they do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Exactly. Hey, we got 18 inside, which is a ton for a Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening in the UK. So make sure you're smashing the like and you're subbing if you're new. 18 of you, make sure you're smashing the likes. We have 18 likes. Give me 2 more likes, guys. Give me 2 more likes and let's do 2 more subs. If you're listening to my voice and you're new, quit being a freeloader. Hit the subscribe button. I'm pretty entertaining. Just ask the chat.
You got 2 more subs there. You're now on 354. So big up to the people.
Yeah, see, big. Yeah, no. We're on our way up to 500. And like I said, when 500 hits and this thing gets monetized, I'm spraying champagne all over this. Okay.
And we got some big American Idiot shows coming up.
Huge American Idiot shows.
Let's talk. Are going to be mad.
The next 3 are going to be massive. We haven't confirmed 20 yet.
Yeah. But if we do, massive.
If we do, oh my God. If we do, it's over.
Massive.
The channel blows up. It's all straight up. But this weekend it's going to blow straight up. So let's 100%. Talk about it before I get it. So we got Flawless coming on from Sarcasm City TV. Talked to him for a little while yesterday. I went on and went into his call-in show yesterday and made fun of the Chelsea guys on there and then left. But yeah, he probably thought I was taking the absolute piss. But Flawless from Sarcasm City TV will be on the American Idiot show, and I think that's just gonna be you, me, and Flawless, Connor. Al is out this week, work stuff, and I'm probably gonna have to bow out later in the summer too, just because work's going absolutely crazy. But yeah, the only consistent guy on the American Idiot show is Connor, and he's like not American. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, literally. I don't have. Yeah, I've got no American. Do you know what? I should probably do like an ancestry thing and see if I've got any American.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then as soon as you find you have an American in your bloodline, I'm literally gonna send you an American flag and do all this different. I'm just gonna send you a Yankee flag.
I've got like a small bit of Canadian in me, but that's not American, is it?
Oh, no, that's not American.
No, that's not American.
Scott M in the chat is losing his mind, though.
Literally, probably about 2% of Canadian. I know I've got some family over in Canada, but the smallest percentage ever. But
yeah, 100%. We're up to 21 likes. Get me up to 25 now. You see how my expectations just keep rising? Just like my expectations for Arsenal. Yeah. And then next week we're gonna have Diesel. So the 14th, Diesel is coming on the American Idiot show. That will probably be an Arsenal only show. So that'll be me, you, Jez, Dow, Diesel.
Yeah,
that'll be awesome, and that'll be a next one. Diesel's a real one. And then episode 20. We still haven't heard back from President Biden, but we are checking his schedule. He's dealing with a little bit of a cocaine issue within the White House right now. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, just pull up Reuters. It's ridiculous. But anyway, out of politics. Let's talk about. Okay, so here's the question going around, Connor. What is the minimum Arteta has to do next season to keep his job?
Trophy. He needs a trophy.
What trophy though?
Do you know what? Because I'm not a div like some people, and I'm not going to disrespect. I'm not going to disrespect cups because we actually need a trophy. I'll take anything. Carabao, not Community Shield, by the way. Don't gas that up. If we beat City, fair play. But City will probably put out their second team for that thing, by the way. I'm being serious. So I ain't gassing up that thing. No way. Because we gassed up it against Liverpool. and then season went sideways, and then here we are now, season before even. And no, to Carabao Cup, FA Cup, he needs a trophy. He has to win a trophy now. I'm sorry, he has got his team. Apart from El Neni, because Xhaka is on his way out, apart from El Neni and Rob Holding, who could still be leaving, that's the Wenger era gone now. This is practically Arteta's side. But yeah, if I look at the team, yeah, it's
look at the team. It is Arteta's side.
Partey was brought in by.
Partey was brought in by.
Yeah, so he's got his team, man. So there's no excuses why he can't win a trophy now. Like, he can't. And if anyone, I will back the team all the way throughout the season, even if it comes down to the last day. We've got to win a trophy. Anything, it's got to happen this season. And if people just say, "Oh, but we'll get top 4," okay, yeah, Champions League, fine, but you've got to have a trophy. Or top 5 now. Jesus, called top 5. Oh my God. But you see, we've got to win a trophy. I am going to be baffled if we don't win anything this season and people still accept it. I am honestly just, it'll be beyond me. But if I have my choice of trophies, it's got to be a Premier League, obviously. It's got to be the Premier League. Just the way we went last season, we've proven we can do it. We can go all the way with just the right additions. If we got a striker, I think we could really do it. If we got a 25 plus goal score striker, I swear to God, I would have so much confidence that we can do it again. I'm just worried with the striker options we've got now. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But we're building a side that is now capable, I think, even more of doing it again. Just, I hope we now still do the right things going forward now until September to do it properly. And he's got to win every single trophy. But yeah, TJ, to answer your question, the minimum, he has to win a trophy. It's got to be the standards by now. It's been 4 years. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I am of the opinion it needs to be trophy in European competition again, and building towards something else. Continuing to build. I want to see us out of the group stages of the Champions League. I want to see FA Cup minimum. If we do not win a trophy next season, he needs to go. And that's just the way. And I'm not talking just European competition, by the way. I'm not just saying, oh yeah, no, top 7, I'll keep him in. No. If we do not finish top 3 and a trophy, he needs to go. Period. Yeah. And I know, and here's the thing, Connor, is we're the nice guys. You talk to guys like Kyle Walsh, you talk to guys like Jez, they want him gone if he doesn't win the Prem. So I think we're nice. You know, we're being nice compared to some of our friends, which, you know, is fine because we have expectations, different expectations. But yeah, no, 100%. I need FA Cup top 3 minimum. Otherwise, get him out. Get him out. Jamino asks, would you guys prefer to win the Prem or the UCL? Why not both? No, I'm just kidding.
Prem. We've got to start winning Prems because Man City are catching up with us, so we've got to start moving.
I would take either, man. I would take either. Just as an American fan. I think I'm not as like entrenched in the Premier League as like physically living in England would have.
I'd take the Prem, and then I'll take one more year if you haven't got a European trophy, and then we'll go do the European trophy next season.
Yeah, I'll take the Prem. You'll see, like I said, if we win the Prem, you guys will see a cloud of smoke tall enough that you'll be able to see it from England, and it'll be rising out of Kansas City.
If we win the Prem, I'm going missing for 2 days. I'm telling you.
No,
I'm going missing.
No, I'll go to the parade. I'll fly over there. I'm there.
100%.
I'm there.
But I'll go for the Prem because I agree with Drew. If we look at it realistically, we've done it last season. We can prove that we can do it, that we can go in a title race and compete with Man City. And we are only just back in the Champions League. And I don't think we're going to do too fantastic in it this year. But I want to be proven wrong. But I'm not too confident in terms of Champions League.
Get out of the group. Like, I don't want to see freaking your Europa League. No, I don't want to see it. No. I didn't watch us drop out of the Europa League last year.
Liverpool would smash us out of that competition if we went down. Liverpool would absolutely smash us out of the Europa League, 100%.
Yeah, it's Europa League is Liverpool's to lose. Like it's a joke.
100%.
With that team.
100%. That's absolutely
slam them.
Yeah,
especially
100%.
with their signings, McAllister and Slabbersly. I probably completely screwed those names up, but yeah.
Schlobberschlei. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Schlobberschlei. Yeah. But yeah, I think I agree. Prem's more realistic. But yeah, I'm saying it here and now, my ambition this season is to get a trophy. Whether it's a Carabao Cup, I don't care. It's a trophy. And if people want to go ahead and disrespect it because Man United won it, then you're a fool because it's a trophy.
Exactly.
The fact I'm 19 and the fellow that said that I think it's around late 40s, 50, and said that's not a real trophy, I find it quite disgraceful, in all honesty.
Agreed.
Because it's a trophy. And Man United went ahead and done it. So let's now do the same thing. Maybe win that, maybe win an extra one. So, yeah. But we're doing it. We're moving. Just get these outgoings done and we'll be I'll be happy. I
100% agree. Just a reminder to everybody, the Charity Shield or the Community Shield is not a trophy.
No.
Just reminding everybody in the chat, if you're new and you're coming over here from AFTV, I just want to let you know that winning the Charity Shield or the Community Shield is not a trophy. It is a plate with which you can serve trophies on. Like what if you just brought the cup in on the tray? You know, it makes sense. That's all I'm going to say. Big up Arsenal Forever. Big up Tyee. Big up everybody that just joined, by the way. We're going to go for probably another 5 minutes, and then I got to drop because I have work. But yeah, big up everybody in the chat. Jamino, interesting question, Jamino's, while he's angry, he's coming with a good question. Do you guys even think we'd win the Conference League? Juve, Ajax, Villa all looks like strong contenders for it. Yes, we would win the Conference League.
Villa would walk. Juve would walk because Juve have been crap.
I think we would dog walk everybody in that league.
Juve, in my opinion, are in a very tough situation right now, financially, and stuff going on with their club. As much as they are a fantastic team history, Juve, I've got a Tevez Juventus shirt somewhere. Fantastic side, so much history in Juventus. But if we were in the Conference League and we didn't win that, that has got to be that most. That's got to be worse than bottling the league. I'm sorry, it's got to be, because Villa would walk, Ajax would walk. We just stolen one of their probably best players, and I'll say Villa would walk. Emery loves a European competition, especially the Europa League, even though it's the Conference League. Now, but we should be walking that competition if we were in it, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is an interesting point too. Juve's trying to back out of the Conference League.
Are they?
Yeah, so they're trying to back out of the Conference League, and if they do, based on coefficients, guess who would get into the Conference League?
Who? Spurs. Oh dear. Wouldn't it be another Italian team, or does it have to be Spurs?
It wouldn't have to be another Italian team. I think it's based off of UEFA coefficients, and that's according to Will Stewart. By the way, I am quoting Will Stewart, who is like a stats psychopath.
Why do we need 3 European competitions? Like, why is it a success? And this is my opinion, because now I think you've now got to finish 8th to get into it next season, if that's correct. I know it's money, but when is 8th an achievement to go into another European competition? It shouldn't work like that. It should be top 3 going to the Champions League, and then 4th and 5th going to Europa League. That should be it. Obviously, it's different and all that because they've got less teams. But that is how, in my opinion, it should be. Probably even the top 2 should be in the Champions League, and then 3, 4th, and 5th should be in Europa League. You know, so that's how it should be. Why are you rewarding 6th, 7th, and 8th? Why? I don't get that. You know, if you're playing Sports Day and you get 8th, you're not qualified for the next round of whatever you're doing. That you're not. You're out. You're done. So why should that be a thing in football? In my opinion, anyway. But
I
hey,
agree.
Is what it is. The Conference League is a thing. I just hope we never go into it.
It is what it is. And Scott, you're making me laugh really, really hard out here, because if you really think about it, so they're saying Juve are trying to use that as punishment for all the shady stuff they do with Paratici by getting Paratici's other club into the competition.
Italy's a mess right now. Like, literally, Napoli walked that league last season easily, and madness. I thought, you know what, both Milans might be able to do something. Nah, Napoli walked it, and I think they could do it again. I really do. If they don't sell Osimhen, I know they sold Kim Min-jae to Bayern Munich. I think apart from that, they've still got their mains. They've got that. I'm not going to say his name. The Georgian fella.
Oh,
Georgia. I pronounce it. They've
I
still
know
got
who you're talking about, but I don't know.
they've still got a lot of decent players in there. I think they could do it again, in my opinion. And in my opinion, they're a team to watch out for in the Champions League this season.
No, I agree.
But what is it? I'm looking forward. Maybe we should do a live stream to the Champions League Bulls.
The Champions League draw. Yeah, we should. We'll do
100%.
it. We'll do it like with everybody else, but we'll be a lot more entertaining. Shout your channel out, Connor. Shout your Instagrams out. I gotta go. I gotta get to a work call.
Yeah,
Big up everybody in the chat.
Yeah, big up everyone. 20 people in there on a Wednesday night. What legends! Absolute legends. Make sure you leave a like on TJ's stream. Well, he's now gone. Cheers to the person who left. It's now down to 19. Cheers for that. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so big up to everyone. If you haven't left a like, please leave a like on it and subscribe to TJ's channel. Telling you, 500 subs on the way, especially in maybe 3 weeks. We might be going straight back up again. But always happy to come on, man. Honestly, it's always my favorite time to come onto your channel and be a co-host. And Jay, you can find me on Instagram, cmo.editing. I do a load of graphics work for a load of people. Keep it short and sweet. Probably a load of people in the chat as well. Find me on there. I do all of TJ's work on his channel. And you can find me on there. And also I run an Arsenal news account. I need to get back into it. I've been a bit slow recently. A lot of work to do, actual job work with my editing stuff. So need to get back on it. Follow me on there for all the latest Arsenal news. Big up to everyone once again. And we'll be back on Friday.
Yeah, we will be back on Friday. It will be one of the biggest shows in American Idiot history, I think. It'll be right up there with the Lee episode 10. So everybody, make sure you're tuning in for that. Share the channel around. Make sure that your friends know, your mother know, your cousin knows, your cousin twice removed in Canada, Jamino. Make sure that he knows or they know. It's one of those things where we're having a great time. And we love hanging out with you guys, but we're also building something here that I think is going to be really, really special. So big up to everybody that joined late. If you joined late, make sure you're smashing a like, comment, and watch the video from the beginning because it was a class stream, another class stream.
Keep our opinions. Tell us we're wrong. Tell us we're wrong.
Tell us we're wrong. Tell us we're right. I really like being told I'm right, but if I'm wrong, say you dumb yank, blah, 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 blah. There you go. What doesn't take much to offend me. But anyway, all right, guys, big up everybody in the chat. If we didn't get to your comment, we'll get to it next time. This was just kind of a quick hour-long thing, but we will see you again on Friday.